Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Cindy and I'm a cancer survivor, and I discovered my love for watercolors and art at the age of 61. And in today's episode, we're going to be working with Brusho. I love this product. Love working with Brusho and watercolors and pressed flowers. Yes, Brusho with pressed flowers. Aren't these gorgeous? They're beautiful. Possibly working with these too. So Brusho is made by Colorcraft and is crystallized pigments. When you sprinkle a small amount, that's all you need is a small amount, and apply water, spray water on it, it just bursts into colors, all kinds of colors. It's just phenomenal. So it's exciting and it's kind of scary at the same time because you cannot control it. You don't know what you're gonna get. I'll give you one example so far of what I have. See, I worked with this. This is with Brusho and watercolors. Created this vase, and I looked at this first, and I'm like, oh, this is a bouquet. So with watercolors, I put the middles there, create like little flowers here, but I didn't work on it that much, believe it or not. So I'm hoping that we achieve something like this, and I'll put some pressed flowers there and make it really a nice bouquet, nice painting. So let's see. We don't know because this is very unpredictable, but that's what makes it so exciting too. But oh, this is what I did with pressed flowers and watercolors. This is just a couple of examples. So this is pressed flowers and watercolors, and you really have to look at it close to see which in this bouquet is pressed flowers and which are watercolor flowers. Same here. Same with this. So come with me as I create a painting with Brusho and pressed flowers and watercolor. The ingredients for this painting will be, I'm going to be using the Meeden hot press 100% cotton 10x7 watercolor block. It's in a block. See? It's in a block, which means it's binded by all sides. And this is what I'm hoping to achieve on this exercise, something similar to this. Really, I'm really happy the way this came out. And I'm going to be using some of these, flowers. I don't know if you can see it. This, possibly this too. So how you remove the paper from the block is you just follow this arrow. And I have this little device. It did come with the Meeden block. So, but I think Temu has one for like 98 cents. So you carefully remove, carefully I say, remove this paper. Because it could easily tear if you're not careful. See how gingerly I'm doing this? So what I'm going to do is do this. Okay, so I removed this, putting it aside. I'm going to be using this watercolor 12 round brush, and I'm going to be using the Paul Rubens 24 half pan professional set. And of course, I'll be using Brusho. Yay! Now, look how adorable these are. Isn't this like adorable? Look how cute these little jugs are. Adorable. So, this is ultramarine. I'm gonna stick to the colors that I used here. I like the colors here. I'm gonna stick to that. So I'll probably use this orange, this lemon yellow, I think this brilliant red, and scarlet. Now even dab a little purple in. And I'll throw in leaf green too, just to add some greens. What I also am going to use is this tiny little spray, because I can't use a large spray because then it will go everywhere. I want to concentrate like this. So let me just, all it takes is a little sprinkle. That's all it takes. Yep, that's all it takes. Believe it or not. Side. Then let's go with the orange. I'm both excited and nervous at the same time. Isn't that funny? Whoa. I tried color code these. I just puncture a hole and use these push pins. Because you'll see, a little goes a long way. I'll use scarlet. Let me just see if I could, yeah. That's all you need. I'll use a little bit of lemon too. Oof, that might be too much, but let's see. A little bit of the purple. Whoa, that's a lot of purple. Oof. Yeah, you see me gasping there, because that's, okay. I'll toss in the little green. Okay. This is where the magic happens. So I'm putting this right above it. See? Isn't that amazing? I think what I will do too is just add a little bit more brilliant red. I think it's asking for brilliant red. Try not to do too many sprays because then it starts streaking and you really don't want that. Look at that. This is exciting. Okay, one little, oops, okay. It's okay. So you know what? Isn't this amazing? Isn't this just stunning? I'm trying not to. Okay, okay. You just don't know when to stop. That's the fun. Wow. So now what we have to do is let it dry. Okay, so now this has moderately dried. I love the way this turned out. Now we break out our Mod Podge. We're going to use Mod Podge and it has to be matte, because if you get the gloss, then you have a shine. And I already opened some of these because I was so excited. And I think, look how beautiful this is. I think I'm going to use this one, I think. Probably put that there. Look at this beauty. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think I'm going to put, okay, no, I think I'm going to move you. And then, oh yes. And I'm also using tweezers. You need tweezers to handle the pressed flowers because they are so delicate. I think I'm going to cut the stem. Probably place you there. Maybe down a little bit like that. Move that over there like that, possibly. Oh, look at these. Oh, it's a whole cluster. I might or might not use them. I don't know. I have to figure that out. We already had that. So let me put this aside. I started playing around with this as well. Look at this beauty. Isn't this gorgeous? Wow. I'll probably put you there. Probably put you there. So I'm arranging the pressed flowers. Probably put you over here, possibly. Because I could see these as flowers. I see flowers here. I see flowers. I see vines here. So then what we do now is arrange these. I think these, well, maybe we could use one more. Maybe one more. Or let's see. Let's see what this one has. I might, let me see, what's this? I might use, let's go with this one. Isn't that another beauty? Okay, so now the next step is to play around with the layout. So I kind of like the way this is coming out. I'm going to use the Paul Rubens half pan professional set and start painting flowers. Put it right there. I have my Mead & Dual wells, one for wash, one for rinse. What I'm going to do is move this and shorten this a little bit because I think it's too big. I don't need all this stem. I'll remove this little bud there. Excuse the arm. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna cut it. I think this would be good. I think that's a good size. Let me just move this over here, put that there. That could go over here. Oops. Thank God it didn't fall apart. You really have to play around with this. I could sit there like that. Or what I could do, yeah, it could be like that. Yep. Could sit like that. Okay. Move this. I like the positioning. What I want to do is paint some flowers. Remember this camera from I ain't got money for that? So that's what I'm gonna use this for. I'm just gonna, so I know what the position is. Just gonna take a picture as a form of reference. Yep. Let's give the palette a spritz to activate it. Let's start with the yellow. Let me see if I can use this. Well, before, okay. There is that. I might need to use a smaller brush. I'm going to use this number 4 round brush. And let me just do this. Let me see. Let me see if I can just do this. See, I see flowers in this, so. I'm trying not to interrupt the Brusho because I love the Brusho effect. Like this, I definitely see. I see flowers like that. I could work on this all day. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. I'm okay with the flowers, with the pressed flowers staying where they are. I thought I may have to move them, but I don't think I do. This is very soothing, actually, very therapeutic, I have to admit. Okay, so. I can see a vine here too. I'm gonna do that. The same here. I can do a slim vase over here. I think I'll do that. Yeah, something similar to this. Yeah, I think I'll do that. What I'm going to do is I sketch with my watercolor pencils that, of course, I got this from Temu, of course. What else? I think what I'm going to do is just sketch a very light vase here. I'll just use this blue. I'm not going to use blue. I think I'll do gray, a very light gray, but let me just sketch. What I'm going to do is go for, is that brown? I think it's brown. Yeah, I'll go with this Payne's gray. Maybe I'll mix it up a little bit with the blue. And see, what I'm doing is a hint of the vase, because I don't want anything to take away from this loveliness. What I'm going to do is dry brush here. and possibly a little bit there. It's mixing. That's good. And then probably do. Let me just do. A shadow over here. Yeah, just do a shadow there. And then a very light shadow on the opposite side. Very light shadow here. Oh, it's mixing. That's good. Yeah, see? What I'm going to do now is to use the Mod Podge. I'm going to use this brush that I bought in Five Below. Those stores, Five Below. I'm going to use that brush as an applicator. So what I do is, since I have everything in place, or most of them, I think this one's the one that moved. Put that there. Okay. Or I know what to do. Yeah, you see, I'm still working on it. All right. Move that aside. Actually, I will need my photo just to make sure. I'm just going to break out my photo again. Okay, so you see this? I'm going to still use this as a reference. Just put that aside. And I am going to, okay, I'm going to use the Mod Podge. And just very liberal. Put it there. Move this over here. So I want to get everywhere. Okay, so yep. It's gonna be right there. And this is gonna be just underneath, right there. Right there. So let me just put this over here. Put a generous amount there. Oops, didn't want that to happen. Put that there. Generous amount. Put that there. Take the tweezers, gently put it in position. These are paper thin, I swear. They are paper thin. Okay. Pat it down a little. This one's refusing to stay down, which is a shame. Okay, gotta play around with that. Is really put it down. Put that down there. Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna stay. Okay. Okay. So there's that. And then the next one will be this. So I'm gonna move this a little over. Slightly. Use a generous amount of the Mod Podge. And just put that in place. Like that. Tap. Pat it down. There you go. Then here we're gonna take this and do the same thing. See how generous laying this down. Okay. Put that there. Tap it down. I just feel like something needs there. But maybe I will. Well, I do have this little thing here, but it's so tiny, but I'll probably use it. As a matter of fact, let me do that now. Let me put that down there. And let me use this. Oh, it's taking some of the paint with it too. That's funny. So let me move this over a little bit. Let me move you over a little bit. And generously apply the Mod Podge. Sorry, excuse my hand. Generously apply it. Oh, it's funny, it's taking some of the Brusho with it. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Put that there. I think what I have to do is lift this slightly up. Oops, see? That's how delicate it is. I better not. I'll just apply it like that. And I might as well do this too while I'm at it. Let me just move him over a little. Let me just generously put it there. Oh, that stays there. It's this one. That one goes there. I don't know if I wanted it to be that close to this, but that's okay. I think this is the last one. Let me gently move this over. Apply a generous amount. Put that there. Give it a tap. Just pat it. There you go. Like that. Pat it down. Make sure all the petals are down. Oh, well, actually, what I'm going to do is, well, yeah, no. See, I'm doing that too. I think that's the best thing. Maybe not. Okay, we'll wait until it all dries and then I'll give it another coat. Okay, so now, the best thing to do is after you apply Mod Podge, you should wash the brush. That's the best way to make sure you don't ruin the brush completely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and continue finishing this. And then when we come back, I'll show you the end result. Okay. What do you think? I'm really pleased with it. What I did was, after I glued down the pressed flowers with the Mod Podge, I did little flowers here and there, added the middles. I didn't go too crazy with them. I wanted to maintain the Brusho effect. So that's why I didn't fill it in with watercolors and stuff. I left it like in an outline form. But I think it came out okay. I'm really pleased with this. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hit like and subscribe if you want to see more episodes like this, because trust me, I will figure out more unique ways to use Brusho. I love the product so much. So hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.